Hi, I'm Trevor, the CEO of the same foundation. The donation we received from Interbet helped us in procuring vital, life-saving medical equipment and PPE for Tygerberg and Groote hospitals in the Western Cape. This was while the Western Cape was the epicenter of the pandemic. If you would like to get in touch or assist us in these projects, you can get hold of us on our website, which is www.samefoundation.org.za, Facebook and Instagram or LinkedIn.
Race 5, the first leg of Jackpot 2. It's an MR98 handicap over 1,200 meters. A very, very interesting race. Number 8, Strathclyde, comes into this race off the back of 2 victories over 1,400 meters. Looking for a hat-trick, but stepping back to the straight course, 1,200 meters down the lane at Hollywoodbets Scottsville. We'll chat about that in just a moment, but let's relive his last victory.
Tea Time Tipple, Marshcon, Bloomington, down on the inside, Rosh Kadesh. It's Strathclyde coming to the 200 metre marker. Tea Time Tipple's the danger. Also running on Josh Snake. Strathclyde's clinging to the lead. Tea Time Tipple's coming strongly. And it's Strathclyde holding on and will just prevail. Second, Tea Time Tipple, Rosh Kadesh involved with Josh Snake.
Well, what we know is that Strathclyde was always highly regarded by Tony Riveland. We know that he's come back to his best since being gelded. We know he's won his last 2 over 1,400 meters. We know that he won his debut over this track and trip over 1,200 meters. The only time he's been down the lane at Hollywoodbets Scottsville D's. We know that Richard Free gets on really well with him. He's had 3 wins from 4 rides aboard the son of Vercingetorix. Are you concerned that he's stepping back from 1,400 to 1,200?
Not at all. Not at all. You know, the pace that he showed down there, it's clear to see. And he was drawn 10 out of 12 there, Graham. You're going around the turn at Hollywoodbets Greyville. He overcame the draw effortlessly. He shows natural pace and speed. It's not often that I use a word complicated in a race. I'll use competitive, but this is complicated because I'm just using Common Grounds as the horse that has beaten most of these runners. And now there's weight turnarounds. I'll just give you a few of them. With number 7, 5.5 kgs, with 8, 5 kgs, with 10, 4 kgs, and with 11, 2.5 kgs. I've worked it out. So those are the horses that are better off at the weights with Common Ground, who's in excellent form since he's come from Cape Town. And you can't knock the horse. But I'm going to say that those horses that are better off at the weights are going to get the better of him this time round. The Real Prince, we know his pedigree, Graham, and he showed his class when he made his debut in Cape Town, and then he was rested and gelded, etc. His comeback run on the poly track in a 7-horse field, I'm going to say it was a dampener, a downer for me. I'm not going to write him off, but on what he showed first up, that was, I wasn't expecting that. You know, I was expecting much better from him, but we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. It was a poly track. He was coming back from a break, but if you're going to judge him on what he showed first up, he's taking on a very high quality field here now, Graham. I mean, he'll have to be on his A game to win this.
Yeah, it'll have to be a true 93 to win this. I mean, because that's the mark of which he's handicapped. You know, the first race when he won first time out, he was not expected to win. He blew in the market. Dean was very transparent. He didn't think he was tuned up to win, so he caught everybody a bit by surprise. The horse he beat, Song to the Moon, took 7 months to win after that. And I'm not suggesting that the Real Prince doesn't have the same ability as some of his siblings. As you've mentioned, he's out of Real Princess, who won the SA Filly Sprint herself at Hollywoodbets Scottsville over 1,200 meters. Scottsville has been home to this family. So I'm expecting to see a real good run from number 4, the Real Prince. But I'm looking for others. You have to throw him obviously into your jackpots and into your pick sixes. It's crazy not to. He's the 7-2 favourite in the early betting exchanges. There's been a bit of early money already around for him. I know that Dean has previously expressed concern by the fact that he's got this 93 rating. He's coming up against some hard knockers here. Strathclyde, of course, has won 3 races, the last 2 on the bounce, and he's rated 88, and the Real Prince is rated 93. So you work it out. And when he got his 93 rating, he beat a horse that subsequently won 7 months later in an open maiden. So there's no doubt that the Real Prince has the potential, but he hasn't established that mark yet. So I think you have every right to be in his camp, but you have every right to take him on. I think Good Traveller's a big runner. I think this is ideal for him. And then you're going to think that I'm Gareth Van Zyl for Skrik.
No, you have to include that. Quandary has to go
Quandary is a huge price. Double figure odds. His course and distance form is 3 starts for 2 wins in a second. His comeback run after quite a lengthy layoff on Hollywoodbets Durban July Day was over 1,000 meters. It was on the poly track. It was 3.5 lengths of Chocolate Soldier. So my only concern is this run coming a bit too soon after that second run after rest? He races within just 2 weeks of that run off a long break. Is that going to find him out? Because I think he offers huge value. He is drawn on the stand side of the track. He might just need one more run to bring him to his absolute peak. At Hollywoodbets Scottsville, he's had 4 starts for 3 wins and a second. He's a huge price. He offers great value. He is my first choice. My second choice would be Good Traveller. My third choice, Strathclyde, and only then the Real Prince. But obviously you've mentioned Common Grounds, Accept Temptation's got to come in with a chance, Yamadori as well. So I think this is, as you said, it's a complicated race, but I think it's a really good race. It's a quality race. It's a good MR90 handicap, 98 handicap over 1,200 meters. And it should be a hard-fought finish.
Yep. Let's just recap now, because Graham is going to respect number 2, Common Grounds. Weight turnaround favors a few. Accept Temptation on his best form. He has to go in. The Real Prince, well, we've given you our thoughts on what could be expected on the day. Graham's top choice is Quandary. My top choice is going to be Beechamwood Boyer. Wendy Whitehead stable, in good form, a horse that loves racing at the track. It's clear to see his course and distance record. And the fact that I'm using Common Grounds as the horse that is featured amongst many form lines here, 5.5 kgs better off. What's for a big run? Strathclyde is the horse to beat with the pace and speed he shows. Good Traveller, Graham mentioned. Plaza Court, don't ignore this. On that last start, better off at the weights with Common Ground, and Graham likes number 14, which is Quandary. So, I use the word complicated. Well, I think that is what it is, but we tried to make sense of it. Graham Hawkins likes Quandary as a value bet, and I'm going to be in the camp of Beechamwood Boy.
It's good fun. Days like these are great. You get the whole industry together. And to have, companies and corporations like Interbet and Cape Racing who are so generous with sort of time and energy into making a day like this possible is it's fantastic for everyone.